How and when did the idea for Sun Don't Shine come about?
It seems like it's been 10 years ago. Actually, it was all Andrew Spalding's idea to get us all together and see what would happen. And actually, I mean, we did the first song and all. It seems like it's been 10 years ago. We did the Dreams Only Die with the Sun. And yeah, we didn't know it was going to turn out how it was going to turn out. And then, I mean, after we were riding in the van, all going back to the airport and all that stuff, and was like, damn, we could have some. So we decided to get together again and record. Originally, we were only going to do an EP, and then yeah, the songs just keep getting better and better. So it's just kind of like, let's just do an LP. So you can hear a growth. You can hear kind of a growth of the band, you know, in each and every song. You got to realize when we did the first song, it was just like, I don't know, Kenny had a couple of ideas and we were thrown into a room, and that was all done in 2 days. We wrote the song and recorded it. Matter of fact, Johnny didn't even hear the end results of it because he got on a plane. He had to go do some quiet riot shows or something. So yeah, he came in. I mean, like I said, we flew in. We the next day we went to a studio. We did some rehearsing. And then Johnny flew in, and yeah, we just started writing that song Dreams, and I don't know, it turned out pretty good.
Did y'all fly into Florida?
Yeah, we did that in Florida. I'm sorry. Yeah, we all flew into Florida, and we like rehearsed in some place. I don't know exactly where, Sarasota maybe, and then we drove up to Gainesville, and that's where we recorded with the bass player from Less Than Jake studio.
Originally, the band was called I Am.
Right.
What was the reasoning for you guys rethinking the name of the band?
Well, there's already like a black metal band or whatever from Texas that's called I Am. I mean, they spelled it differently, but I mean, there was already a band, and then you start looking, and there's been like, I don't know, 10, 15 bands that had I Am as a name when you go back through history or whatever. And it was just kind of like one of these things. I mean, the music, as it kept evolving, it's kind of like, man, it almost needs its own identity, you know? So they threw up, I mean, Kenny actually, I mean, we must have come up with like 50 names that we all were like, yeah, we like this one. All together, we probably came up with 2,000 names. But I mean, you start doing research and all, and there's already a band. I mean, everybody who plays an instrument or whatever registers the name of a band or whatever that, you know, I mean,
yeah,
it's actually hard. And actually, like, Kenny will tell you, he was thinking more, it's actually in a Black Sabbath song, the Sun Doesn't Shine, but that's the opening lyrics to Robin Trowell, who's like, you know, Bridge of Sighs. And that's like me and Kirk were like, damn, we like that. But it was a complete, he was thinking on one level, we were thinking on a different level, so.
Speaking of having your own identity, Typo Negative and Crowbar are two bands with signature sounds.
Right.
Like, when you hear them, you know who's playing. But I really didn't pick up any of those two bands listening to Sun Don't Shine. Was it a decision to like not lean into those bands and have your own thing completely, or did it just organically come out like that?
Well, mostly it came organically out like that. But I mean, we don't want to limit ourselves to any particular sound. And we grew up, I mean, we're all right around the same age group, so we grew up listening to a lot of the same music. And to me, I tell everybody, it's our interpretation of the music that we grew up on, basically. You know, I mean, back in I realize I was born in '66, so, you know, '70s, '80s and all that stuff, they never had a lot of this music that kids are listening to today.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the material the band has released, do you have a favorite standout song or track that you've done thus far?
No, I mean, I can go, not so much. I mean, from each one of the, I mean, each session grew a little bit. I mean, we did 3 sessions, 4 sessions, and I mean, each time we got in there, I mean, I like particular songs from each session or whatever. But I think the newer material that that really nobody's heard yet is this stuff that's like it's more of our identity. So I mean, I'd have to say probably the direction we're heading. And I mean, I'm not even saying we're 100% where we're gonna end up, but I mean, it just seems like the growth of the band is like really natural from from each time we get together and we know a little bit better about each other and our limitations or not non-limitations or but yeah, I mean, and I might send Kenny 50 parts and he might say, I don't like them. I was like, all right, well, I'll keep sending him parts. I'll just keep sending you parts. Okay. And he's like, oh, I like that one. But I mean, Kenny likes to, when he writes, he likes to write his, he's thinking of the words the whole time he's writing. And that's weird. We never really did that like that, but he's thinking melody while he's writing. And him and Kirk do like probably 95% of the writing.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean, they're definitely the most advanced in doing it. And I mean, Johnny likes arranging. So I mean, Johnny will help a lot with the arranging when we in there. And yeah, I just struggle to do what I do. So.
How far along are you guys into writing and recording for the debut full length?
It's done.
Oh, okay.
It's done. Matter of fact, we thought it was coming out the end of January, but I think Revolver's pushed it back to April 1st. So, but it's done. It's been done now for probably about the last session, probably about a month after we finished recording in New Orleans. Everything was pretty much done. So,
okay. Looking back on your career, you've been in some of the biggest and arguably most important bands in the New Orleans sludge metal scene. Like you played a part in creating it way back in the day with Crowbar and with Sludge. How does it feel to look back on your legacy and see the things you've done and see how much that scene you helped cultivate has grown over the last few decades?
You got to realize when we were doing that, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. It was like whenever it was the slugs and stuff like that. It was more or less everybody. Exhorder was the big hot band back then. So Exhorder, I mean, they had like the kind of really groovy speed stuff going on. It was just like we don't want to sound like them. There's already an Exhorder, and so. I mean, it was kind of like, oh yeah, with Jimmy and Kirk and all, and then they got me to come into the band, and it was just like, man, let's play it slow, and I mean, we drink beers in between songs and all with just feedback on, trying to piss everybody off because everybody, we definitely were creating a different vibe back then, but yeah, I mean, as far as to say we knew I don't think anybody back then knew. But I mean, back then, everybody sounded different. It wasn't like we were all influenced by the same stuff, but everybody had their own unique sound when you think about it. And I think that's the originality kind of is what lacks these days. I mean, yeah, the kids are probably better players because, they study their instrument to technically play them. But I think they miss some of the soul, or the feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling.
Like recording everything in Pro Tools and kind of like programming everything instead of actually getting in there and jamming.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's definitely a different world.
It's kind of like simple is more delicious.
Well, yeah, I guess that, but I mean, back then it wasn't as simple as recording it these days. I mean, you could record the feel, but I mean, it didn't take much if you wasn't in a pocket or something like that where you had a whole pre-recorded, and I mean, a lot of time wasted, money wasted, Well, I mean, nowadays you can pretty much fix anything, Matter of fact, some of it so precisely fixed that it sounds mechanical.
What would you say you're most proud of looking back at everything you've done in music? You know,
There's a certain album that sticks out.
Claims out that you feel that was your peak, almost.
um, I don't. I mean, a lot of people will say that. That's a good question. I mean, I haven't really thought about it all that much. I mean, I'm proud of everything that we did, that I've ever done. Um, but I mean, I think to me, it was just something about the Broken Glass record. I think is when we started kind of going into our own style with Crowbar or whatever that I really like, and then it progressed into the next record, and and then we got Sammy into the band, which he added a different element of his guitar playing than what Matt was doing, And then Jimmy left for a while, and then we had Craig, which Craig's a badass drummer, but I mean, Craig's sometimes hard to play with. At least for me, he was. I mean, but he's a badass drummer, but I mean, he'd go off on some of these tantrums, and his timing is like really impeccable, so.
I saw you guys, I think it was in 98.
Okay.
99 at a little bar here in Lake Charles called D'Agostino's.
Mm-hmm.
Choke had opened for y'all, and y'all closed out the night. And I was like 16 years old, man. And like for me, that was just an influential moment of my life.
Yeah.
That was my first time my parents kind of like let me go somewhere. And that's what I went to the Crowbar show. And
cool.
It was legit,
Oh, yeah. I did a lot of hanging with those guys from Choke, with Jeremy and.
Actually, so back in early 2000, Jason sold me that 4-string Kramer that was yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The gold hardware,
Uh-huh.
and then I had it for a few months, man. I played some shows with that thing. I love that bass, by the way. But Jason was like, "Hey, man, I got to get it back from you. I shouldn't have done it." And I was like, "Oh, well, all right, I guess I'll give it up."
I got a bunch of basses I wish I'd have never sold.
I didn't want to, but man, that was a solid bass.
Oh yeah. They don't make shit like that no more. or if they do, they want $10,000 for it. So.
Well, speaking of playing live, is there anybody you haven't played with yet that's like still on your bucket list that would be just cool to have a show with?
Yeah, I'd love to play with Celtic Frost or Triptychon. I mean, I seen them it was the Megatherion album, and Voivod opened for them at Jimmy's in New Orleans, and that's what turned me kind of from just heavy metal, like the British new wave of heavy metal, Judas Priest and all that, to the heaviest stuff. And whenever I seen that show, I mean, it like blew my mind. And that's, what, I was thinking about that the other day. The concerts that kind of blew my mind is my very first concert. I seen Queen, the original Queen, on Halloween night, 1978. That was my very first concert I went to. I had an older brother, so I got to go. And everything was all new, and concerts was so different, and I didn't know what to expect, and I mean, it was an amazing experience. And then I'll mark that up as another one of mine when I seen Celtic Frost and Voivod as his music. And then we actually got to see when we were doing the very first record in Chicago. We were there for like a month doing the record. And they actually had the Exploited, Biohazard, and Typo Negative play, and it was like Typo's very first concert. And we drove down and went to see that show, and that's pretty amazing within itself, And and other than that, I mean, I don't know. I've been to so many concerts that it's kind of hard to, but those stand out more than well. I mean, kind of like Ozzy and Metallica doing during the Master of Puppets at the Lakefront Arena. That was pretty amazing too,
I was just reading Ozzy's last book. He talked about that run with Metallica, and then he said one of the things that threw me off about Ozzy was, even in his late ages, big as he was, they said every time before a show he would get paranoid. He was like nobody was there, and nobody came and showed up to see him, and then he'd walk out there, there's 15,000 people.
Yeah, I know a few people like that. You know, you think somebody's gonna show up, and the place is sold out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Crowbar's doing good, man. You gotta chalk it up to Kirk for keeping it going. You know, I think about all that. You know, I mean, he's kept it going, and I mean, they're bigger than ever right now, which is awesome.
Well, with the full length coming out next year, are there any plans for live shows or a tour?
Man, we're hoping. I mean, that's the plan. Is yes. I mean, of course, we get a lot of things have to happen. You know, with Kirk and but I mean, every time, I mean, I talk to Kenny. Kenny's like, we got to get this thing going. I was like, it's not me, Kenny. It's not me, Kenny. He goes, I know. And I mean, you know, yeah, you gotta do it while you can, you know. But yes, there is plans for us to do this. And I mean, we're actually talking about trying to get together, do like a week of rehearsing, because some of these songs we haven't even played outside the studio. So I mean, you know, I mean, we still got to rehearse them and see how they sound. That's our goal is to get it on the road. I mean, we're trying to work. So mainly, Andrew's trying to work some things to where see what it's going to take to get where Kirk is available to do some things or whatever. So. But we may do like a little run on some C markets, Beamer. So we may, you never know. We might be in your neck of the woods playing a show. Who knows?